Pythagorean theorem can only be used with a right angle triangle, okay? And the formula is, we talked about this last week, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Do you remember what c refers to? Which side length is represented by c when it's written in this way? So there's an h.
The height?
The hypotenuse, yeah. Okay? And the hypotenuse is always located across from the right angle. So wherever the right angle is, the side length that's across from that will always be your hypotenuse. So you always want to label that first, okay? So it's across from the right angle. A and B are interchangeable, okay? Because this is addition. So I can call this A and this B, or I can call this A and this B. It doesn't really matter which one you call A or B. These are referred to as the legs of the triangle, okay? So we have a hypotenuse and we have two legs. So let's do an example. First step is you should always label the sides of your triangle. So I always like to label the hypotenuse first. So which one would be the hypotenuse in this example?
This long line here.
Good.
Across from the...
Excellent. And I forgot to mention before, the hypotenuse is always the longest side of the triangle. Okay, so you can check your work at the end, and this C, this hypotenuse, this side length, should be longer than both of these. It has to be longer, okay? And which one do you want to call A? Which one do you want to call B?
I'm going to call 3.88 A, and then 6.1 B.
Good. Okay, so let's write the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and we're going to fill it in. So A is 3.8, so 3.8 squared plus B is 6.1. 6.1 squared is equal to C squared. Okay, now we're going to simplify this. We can simplify, we can do 3.8 squared, which means 3.8 times 3.8, right? We can add it to 6.1 squared, which is 6.1 times 6.1. So 3.8 squared is equal to 14.44, and what's 6.1 squared? So 6.1 squared is 37.21. If we add these together, it's equal to c squared. So let's simplify this. Let's add them together. 14.44 plus 37.21. What do we got?
51.65.
Good. Oops. So 51.65 equals c squared. Well, we need to solve for c. So what's the opposite of squaring a number?
Square root.
Good. I know that the square root of c squared is c. Well, whatever you do to one side, so I'm going to square root this, what do I have to do to the other side?
Square root.
Right. So what's the square root of 51.65?
7.18679.
Okay, so let's round it. Well, this is rounded to one decimal place in our question, so you always want to look to see, the question rounds to one decimal place, so your answer should round to one decimal place. So it's approximately equal to 7.2. Good. Excellent. Okay, so that's the missing side length. We're going to do one more example where this time you have to find a leg and you're given the hypotenuse, okay? Okay, so in this example, first of all, the triangle's in a different position. I want you to label the hypotenuse first. Good. And then A and B. Good. And B. Okay, so we're solving for B in this question, right? Yes, good. We're solving for B. So let's write the formula.
Oh, shoot.
What's the Pythagorean theorem? What's the equation?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Good. What's A?
A is 5.5.
So 5.5 squared plus B squared equals 7.3 squared. That's my C. So what's 5.5 squared?
30.25.
Good. So 30.25 plus B, plus B squared equals, what's 7.3 squared? 53.29. Good. Well, we need to solve for B, right? So I need to get rid of this 30.25. I want to bring it to the other side of the equation. So how do we get rid of it from the left side? How do I get rid of 30.25? What's the opposite operation? It's a positive 30.25, so to get rid of it, we subtract, right? So you would do the opposite. If I take 30.25 away, that's gone, right? What do I have to do to the right side?
Take 30.25
Good.
away.
So I'm left with my b squared. And then what's 53.29? Take away.
20.04.
Good. 20.04. Excellent. Well, that's what b squared is equal to. What's the final step? I want to know what b is equal to. What do I have to do to get rid of this squared?
Find the square root.
Good. What's the square root of 20.04?
4.5.
Good. So it's approximately, yep, excellent. And we round to 1 decimal place, 4.5 centimeters. And let's look at our diagram. The hypotenuse should always be the longest side. If this is 4.5, is this still longer?
Yes.
Yep, makes sense. Okay, and obviously this is not drawn to scale.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.